welcome to this explainer. I'm absolutely thrilled you're here today because we're jumping right into something that is a total game changer for our modern daily routines. Specifically, we're looking at that nightly tug of war right before we fall asleep. You know the one. Today, we're unpacking some truly incredible insights from Dr. Joe Dispenza's research. We're going to explore the raw biological power of a simple 10-minute habit. And this isn't just about feeling good. We are literally talking about a 50% boost to your immune system. And it all comes down to what you choose to do in those few moments before you close your eyes.
Section 1. The Bedtime Choice. A Nightly Fork in the Road.
Think about your own routine for a second. What actually happens in those last 10 minutes before you sleep? For a lot of us, right, it's the time we blindly reach for our phones. We scroll, we check messages, we just consume. But here's the thing. This brief little window isn't just a harmless time killer. It is a critical threshold for your entire night and, honestly, your entire next day. Every single night, you and I face this fork in the road. We usually make the choice on total autopilot without really grasping the profound biological consequences attached to it.
Let's look at this stark contrast. On one side, you've got 10 minutes of social media, like scrolling through Instagram or TikTok. Dr. Dispenza points out that this kind of activity is insanely seductive, and it actually creates dependency. Why? Because the constant barrage of images and stimulation is essentially doing the thinking for you. You're exposing your brain to all this external information that just dictates exactly how you should think and feel. You actually start to lose the skill of imagination because you're completely reliant on a glowing screen to stimulate you. Now, flip that. On the other side, we have 10 minutes of gratitude. This is an active, deeply biological choice where you decide to think and feel on your own terms.
To understand just how heavily our minds get hijacked by all this constant screen stimulation, Dr. Dispenza uses the absolute perfect example of going out into nature. Say you leave your devices behind and spend 3 days in the woods. Look at this timeline. Day 1, your brain is completely scattered, practically begging for that digital input. By day 2, okay, things are finally starting to settle down a bit. And then by day 3, you're looking up at the expansive sky or out at the sea, your awareness just opens up, and it hits you. Wow, I'm thinking clearly again. Your brain gets highly organized simply by stripping away that artificial stimulation. So let's see exactly how this applies to your nightly routine.
Which brings us to Section 2. Opening the subconscious door. The biology of sleep. We already know screens scatter our focus, right? But why does this matter so much right before bed? Well, to understand the mechanical why behind all this, we've got to look at the actual biology of sleep. Think about the literal chemical and electrical shift that's happening inside your head every single night. When you're awake and alert, your brain is firing in beta waves, totally fueled by serotonin. But as you get tired and start to drift off, this incredible biological cascade kicks in. Your serotonin levels drop off and transition into melatonin. At the exact same time, your brain waves physically slow down. They shift out of those rapid beta waves, down into alpha, then theta, and finally delta. This isn't just you resting. It is a massive neurochemical transformation.
And this shift in brainwaves creates what Dr. Dispenza calls the doorway. It's this incredibly fleeting transition period where the barrier between your conscious analytical mind and your subconscious mind literally swings wide open. And here is the absolutely crucial detail. This door opens just twice a day, once in the evening as you fall asleep and once in the morning as you wake up. So I have to ask you, during this highly vulnerable time, what are you dropping into your subconscious? Are you dumping in the limitations, the distractions, and the anxieties of social media that are going to totally dictate how you feel the next day? Or are you dropping in something intentional? Let's dive into Section 3, the 50% immunity boost, a staggering upgrade. All right, this brings us to the absolute climax of this explainer. If we choose to intentionally program our subconscious during this open doorway, the biological upgrade available to us is, well, it's nothing short of staggering. 50%. According to Dr. Dispenza's research, spending just 10 to 15 minutes engaging in a dedicated gratitude practice right before bed can make your immune system 50% stronger. By choosing gratitude when that subconscious doorway opens, instead of just blankly staring at a screen, you're sending a wildly powerful signal straight to your biology. You are actively strengthening your body's natural defenses by a massive margin. But wait, here is the most mind-blowing detail of all. This 50% boost, it doesn't take months or years of practice. Dr. Dispenza's work indicates this is achieved in just 4 days. 4 days of emotional volition.
And volition basically means you are willfully, consciously choosing to teach your body, emotionally, what your future feels like. If you're dealing with a chronic health condition or some sort of immune-mediated issue, literally just 4 days of this focused 10-minute habit can trigger a massive, loving change to your physical body. It's incredible. So let's get into section 4, rehearsing your new tomorrow, the practical how-to. We've covered the biological why, right? But how do we actually do this? Let's shift gears and look at the practical how so you can literally take action tonight. Here's the actual protocol you can run through when that subconscious doorway starts to open. Step 1, bring up the feeling of gratitude for the things currently in your life. Now, don't just think about them. Actually let yourself feel the gratitude in your body. Step 2, feel gratitude for the future. Think about the things you desperately want to happen and feel grateful for them as if they are already happening right now. Let yourself play with it. Use your imagination. And step 3, review today's reactions. Take a beat and ask yourself, how did I do today? When did I lose my patience? When did I blame someone else? When did I just kind of fall out of balance? When you review your day like that, you're essentially using it as a tool for mental rehearsal. Dr. Dispenza shares this fantastic, deeply grounding quote from his mother that really hits the nail on the head. New day, right? Another day. How am I going to be if I had the same circumstance in my life? This is all about just recognizing your own reactions, realizing you were maybe a little less than you wanted to be, and gently reminding yourself that tomorrow is a brand new chance. You literally rehearse a better way to respond. You are teaching your brain and body a completely new way to behave before the event even happens. Finally, section 5, becoming your life's creator, real-world results. So say you're dropping this gratitude and positive mental rehearsal into your subconscious right as the door opens. What actually happens next? Well, let's look at the external, real-world results of this nightly habit. If you're sincere and you stick with this for just 2 to 3 weeks, you are absolutely going to surprise yourself. You'll notice that the person who normally pushes your buttons, they just don't bother you anymore. You'll be remarkably calm. In fact, Dr. Dispenza notes this hilarious trend in his community. People go back to their normal lives and their friends and family start asking, what happened to you? Are you on a new drug? Did you get a faceling done? Like, what's your secret? Because you literally look and act fundamentally different. That right there is the profound joy of change. And then there are the magical side effects. When you invest in yourself this way, instead of watching TV or doom scrolling, things just start coming to you naturally. You begin to experience coincidences, synchronicities, serendipities, and these amazing unforced opportunities. You don't even have to chase them. They literally just appear. And this creates an incredible positive feedback loop. When these wonderful things start happening, there is no way you're going to want to miss your nightly 10 minutes because, quite frankly, you don't want the magic to end. You really begin to realize that you are, in fact, the creator of your life. Which brings us to the final and definitely the most important question for you. What are you going to choose to drop into your subconscious tonight? When that doorway opens up between your conscious and subconscious mind, are you going to let an algorithm do the thinking for you? Or will you take just 10 minutes to feel gratitude, boost your immunity by 50%, and rehearse a better tomorrow? You are the creator. The choice is entirely yours. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. Now, seriously, close this app and go start your 10 minutes of gratitude.